It is 3 p.m. here now for me in Wyoming. So that's 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Thank you, Jonathan Jones, for putting together these Sunday get-togethers. This is just an incredible opportunity for us all to come together and share stories. The stories are really what grab the heart, and we'll have some great ones here today to listen to. It's incredible here being the 15th of February. For those of you that celebrate yesterday being Valentine's, the day before that was Helen and I's anniversary. So exciting time of the year. It's great to be back home. We spent quite a bit of last year on the road, sharing these incredible formulations, these products that Dr. Prasad has compiled, and then meeting so many people in person. It's just incredible opportunities to be part of this. So thank you everybody for being here. This is being streamed live over YouTube. We're also, those of us that are participating on Zoom, great to have all of you here. And I know that there's going to be many others join us. Thank you for those of you that are co-hosting with me, Pamela. I do appreciate that. And I know anyway, we've got an exciting afternoon here for us. It's important, though, that as we get underway, that we make sure that the stories that we share are stories that have a disclaimer. And so let me go ahead and just pull this up. These are the words. If you'll just follow along with me, these statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is solely for educational purposes only and includes recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. However, Engage's products are formulated to address nutritional deficiencies and supply the body with the required nutrients. It's important to note that nothing here is meant to be a substitute for professional medical treatment or a consultation with your primary health care provider. So that having been taken care of, I will remove those words, and we are free to share stories. I don't know, those of you that were a part of last week's presentation, as Jonathan compiled information about cancer and how many things are controllable. We looked at a diet. We looked at being overweight. We looked at the incredible opportunity that Dr. Prasad has given to us to manage our weight from a natural standpoint with the GLP-1 boost. It was fun to be part of that last week. So as a follow-up to that, as we move into today, I wanted to just share with you a story. If we could start right out, just tagging onto last week's educational opportunity, where Jonathan shared with us the power of our own health and what we can do, and utilizing Dr. Prasad's incredible formulation with the GLP-1 boost. I just wanted to go back into one of the Zooms that I did just a little over a year ago. No, it wasn't even that. It was within the last year. We had an opportunity, as Helen and I were out traveling, that we did a Zoom meeting, much like we're doing right now, with one of our teams. We were in Seal Beach, California that evening, and I just I had this team meeting, and we were sharing the results of the GLP-1 boost and how it's empowering us. And so I would like to start out this evening with this story hour with an individual that, as I mentioned, we spent a lot of last year traveling, and we got to meet Marka in person. In fact, those of you that routinely participate with us here on Sunday afternoons. Many of you were part of the Sunday afternoon when we got to meet Marka in person. But I just want to go back and just share a little bit of her experience as it relates to the GLP-1 boost and how these incredible formulations from Dr. Prasad have changed her life. And so let me just pull that up as we start our story hour here. Again, this is it's been an incredible year. Last year, meeting so many of these people in person, feeling of their spirit, how excited they are about what's happening for them. And so let me just jump right into this. So here we go. Again, this is just a story, a recording of one of our Zoom meetings, just here in this last year. Here we go. Just here that Marka, you had opened up your camera. If you want to unmute yourself. I'd love to hear a little more from you. There you go.
Well, as far as eating, I've only lost 12 pounds, but I'm okay with that because with the brain injury, it's way better than anything I've been able to lose in the past. And I'm not trying to lose weight because I always try to find what I lose. So I'm reducing inches and building muscle, and that's all that matters to me, and better health, right? So I am on the brain boost and the heart boost and the probiotic and the GLP-1 boost. So I just feel like it's important to have the way you eat, more protein. But to me, every day, one thing I have done is every morning I woke up and done hydration, like a hydration, electrolyte, coconut water, something. So to get my, that's one thing I've done different for like 30 days. And that's made a huge difference in the way I feel. But I also have been able to fast a little more, not feeling hungry. But I've just got a much better appetite in a way that I've not had before. And then, like I said, I have that lipedema legs, which these, and my legs are shrinking. So I'm just enjoying more protein and fiber and hydration. Those are my priorities. But sugar to me is not that's been something as a part of my life, my whole life. And I'm just determined to get my brain better. And so sugar to me is like just completely disgusting and off the table. But I mean, I do have like a little maple syrup or something if I need it, and or honey, just a little bit. So I'm just looking at what I'm eating. How is this nourishing me? How is this supporting my goals? And that's all that I'm doing different.
Marka, tell us a little bit about your brain injury. How long ago was that? And how these products have helped you? Tell us a little bit about that.
My brain injury is 10 years old this month. May 28 will be 10 years. But 4 months ago, my brain was only functioning at all parts of my brain under 34%. One part of it was functioning at 1% on a QEEG. And now I'm at 74 and 75%. All my parts of my brain have completely started functioning better. My walking is better. I just feel like I'm going along life more normally now. And this has just like literally happened in the last couple of months. So I'm in love with these products.
Thank you. Thank you.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun how somebody can just come forward and after 10 years experience a different way of looking at life because of Dr. Prasad's products truly helping out her brain. And then we look at how Dr. Prasad's products, again, these formulations are helping her with managing weight. It's just it's it's so incredible. I love doing what we're doing and helping people change their lives. Pretty amazing. And just completely shifting gears again. This is stories, and just one of the very first people that we ever um, approached with Dr. Prasad's formulations. This goes back multiple years. Helen and I this month will celebrate 12 years of being involved with Engage and these incredible formulations. But one of the very first people that we enrolled, a friend of ours, his name is Larry. And Larry's been through a lot, just even losing a spouse to death, and then also finding a new love of his life. Just so many things that are going on. I just thought, you know, looking back over these last 12 years, the number of stories that have come forward and the people that we've gotten really close to, I feel like I want to share Larry with you. So here we go.
Hi, my name's Larry Adair. I've been involved with Engage Global now for some time. My wife and I have had some incredible results with this product. We love what it's done for us. We've not had I haven't had a cold in 3 years. And the interesting thing is I've got more stamina now than I've had probably in a long, long time. I've been playing golf, been playing pickleball. In fact, I played golf with some friends of mine the other day and haven't played in over 7 months. And I beat all 3 of them by 3 strokes. I was hitting the ball 200 yards off the tee hit my 5-wood over 500 or 200 yards. The amazing thing is I played pickleball today for 3 hours this morning, and I've done over 18,000 steps today, and I'm not tired, I'm not wore out, I still got all kinds of stamina. I'm playing with these young guys. I'm 75, almost 75 years old. I'm playing with these guys that are in their 60s and 50s, and one of them, they all want to have a rest. I don't want to have a rest. I like to play. Let's play. Come on, let's get going. I enjoy it. The interesting thing is I've also had a grandson who's had tremendous results with this product. He told me, Grandpa, I'll never be without it. He's had some issues, and now he said I don't have them anymore, and I'm excited about it. I actually not only am I having good physical results, I'm having financial results too. We've shared it with a lot of people, and we are actually making a good income with it, and it's a great source of income for others that we'll continue to have.
And again, just fun to go back and relive those memories with Larry. And the stories aren't all about just what these formulations can do for people's health. When you start helping people with their health, a good side benefit of that is the David Nemelka and Engage will compensate you for opening your mouth and for sharing with others. So that's what today is all about, is an opportunity for us to share stories and just kind of open up when we're moved upon to say, hey, this has really been important. These things that are happening are really helping others. It's been incredible over this last week. Just myself, the number of calls that I've been on, 3-way phone calls, as we're on health journeys with so many others. It's just been a very poignant week, a week that I'm always going to remember, because it's not just a week where Helen and I are celebrating 16 years of marriage, but it's also coming into 12 years of being involved with Engage. And so this is that opportunity for you to come forward, for you to raise your hands and just share a little bit of what you've experienced. What's your story with Engage? I've given you one just here in the last year with Marka, and having met her in person now, just absolutely incredible. Larry, one of the first people that we involved. In fact, Larry was there the first evening when we had a presentation in our home. And so just this is that opportunity. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to go ahead and raise your hand and come forward and just share your stories. That's what today is all about. We've got just about 45 minutes. But yeah, looking forward to hearing from you. So just go ahead, lift your hand up. I can call on you. We can spotlight you, and you'll need to open up. It's preferable if we can see you with your camera on, and then you've got your microphone that you will need to unmute as well. So let's go ahead and we'll just we'll open it up for those of you who would like to share your stories today. All right. Oh my goodness, Bernard. Yes. Go ahead. I wasn't sure we were going to see you here today, and you are here. So
You hear me?
go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay then. I wanted to share with you a call I got 2 weeks ago, and I got it from Charlie Rayford. And well, actually, it was maybe about 3 weeks ago. But he was telling me about a gentleman that evidently very active, but for some reason, in his older age, he got to the point where he would just sit down in a chair and just stare. He loved to cook, but he stopped cooking. Couldn't drive anymore. This person was involved with a lot of public lectures on different things, but he no longer had the ability to do that. And Charlie gave me a call and asked me would Micro Daily help out this individual that I would imagine he's early 80s, but he that or late 70s. So as I mentioned to him, I said, once you start getting micronutrients into your body, I no longer tell people what the products will do, because people may come in because they got a particular problem, but once they start taking the products and they've already started making corrections, then so many other things come into play. Well, this individual got on our products, and within a couple of weeks, he started cooking again. And Charlie called me up and told me, he said, Bernard, you won't believe this. He said, I got a call from the family. He's up cooking. He says, and he said, maybe a few days later, he called me back. He says, he's driving again. He said, will you believe he's driving? And he's walking around and the family is shocked. Well, the results were a number of family members noticed that his life went back to a better quality of sense of normalcy, so to speak. This individual is now cooking, driving, walking around, and the results are there's a lot of family members now that see the value of Dr. Prasad products, and the family absolutely love it. Charlie is getting calls from all different people in the family, and he's thanking the company, Dr. Prasad, and just being able to give this individual something that gave him back his quality of life in his older years.
Well, thank you, Bernard. It's amazing to see. There's still a lot of life left in people, and just by changing the micronutrients that they are consuming, again, as we stated earlier in the disclaimer, these are just to help your body balance out those missing micronutrients. So Celeste, we see that your camera is open and your microphone is open. I'd love to add you up here on the spotlight. If you can go ahead and just share with us your story. Thank you.
Well, I don't really have a story to share as of yet. A friend of my cousin just called me and she asked me to go on the Zoom and listen. So
Okay. All right. I just
that's what I'm
noticed
doing.
that well, it's great to have you here. Thank you, Celeste,
Thank
and
you.
welcome to the Micro Daily family. All right. Isn't it's awesome to have brand new people being here, being part of hearing these stories. And so thank you. Denise, I see your hand up. I was going to reference you and Marvin. And so I'm going to go ahead and just pull you up here onto the screen and share with us your story and what's been going on. And yeah, I'll let you, I wasn't sure whether we were gonna, anyway, I'll let you take it over. Go ahead.
Well, I've given the experience before, but I'm just so over excited and happy with the experience with my husband. As you know, Bernard knows, Charlie knows, everybody knows, Marvin is like a young man at 80. We just celebrated our 45th wedding anniversary. It was a big party, and he danced all day. He danced down to the floor. He came back up. He went back down. People have watched this video and are amazed that an 80-year-old man can do what Marvin did, what he's doing. He was so very, very sick for years. Since 1990, he had been experiencing the just incapacitated state because of having genetic defects and rhabdomyolysis. He was sitting in a chair 24 hours a day. I had to help him off the toilet. I had to push him up our stairs to bed at night. He can run up the stairs. He can do anything. It's like he's gained 20, 30 years of life back. All our friends, our family, everybody is just amazed. They're just dumbfounded by Micro Daily that something could bring this man back, seemingly almost from the grave. And we're just living the life. We're happy. I'm 72, he's 80. I say, I'm 72, I feel like 27. I get up in the morning with your recommendation, Jeff, my energy boost, a collagen stick, and a hydro, and I'm good to go.
That is awesome. Well, thank you, Denise, for sharing, for coming on. And you and I have had quite a few conversations with other individuals, and I just want to acknowledge your passion for helping others. And even though there are some difficulties here and there, like our good friend Frank, I'm grateful that we got a chance to spend some time with he and Cindy, and so I just want to acknowledge that and say, this is all part of a greater plan that our Creator has in store. But wow, what a difference you're making in individuals' lives. So thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Denise.
you, Jeff.
All righty. Okay, who's next to share their experiences with Micro Daily, any of the products? This is a free for all. Is it Brain Boost that you're liking? Is it is it the new Energy Boost? Tell us your stories with some of these products. And I said that on purpose because really Brain Boost was the very first product other than Micro Daily that Dr. Prasad formulated. And if we go all the way from Brain Boost all the way over to the most recent being Energy Boost, you've got all of the products to talk about there in between. Okay, the Gaddy family. Can you go ahead and turn on your camera, or do you want to just share with us? It'd be great to be able to see you.
The camera's not working right now, Jeff.
Okay. All right.
Am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes. Yep. You're right there. I'd love to hear from you. Okay. Thank you.
I just wanted to give this experience about with my husband. We've been, doing the Micro Daily, and we, been trying because financially they do it full blown. But my husband has been on the Micro Daily EMF Hydro, and we wasn't aware of his heart condition. But recently he had to go to the hospital, and we found out that the doctor said that his heart fraction was regulating at 15%. So we thought, what? That can't be possible. So anyway, we said if he's 15%, he should be in intensive care. All kind of tools should be running through him and everything. But he wasn't. But so we asked. So the doctor came and he said, "Well, I'm going to do another ultrasound, and see what's really going on." And so he did ultrasound, and
Christine, we're not hearing you. Soon as they did the ultrasound,
Okay, so they did ultrasound. So the doctor said, "Can you please just check that?" And so he did ultrasound. So he came back this morning. He said, "Yeah," he said 15%. I said, "Well, you know what?" I said, "I had checked, the nurse, they did ultrasound." He said, "Oh yeah." He said, "They did?" I said, "She said it was 60%." He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, let me go back and check this again." So he went back in there. He said, "Yeah." He said, "It is 60%. He said, "But how is that?" But what had happened was the 15% was back in 2019 when he had an episode. No, he said, "Does he have a heart doctor?" And I said, "No, he doesn't really go to a heart specialist because we haven't known that he had a heart problem, so his doctor wasn't recognizing it." But anyway, long story short, so he said, "I can't believe it." He says, How did that happen?" I knew how it happened because we have been taking, the EMF hydro for a couple of years now. But he said, 60%, that's great. He said, "But you can't get to 100, but 60%." He said, "I don't know why." He said because it was 15%, he should have been taking, ultrasound every year. But he wasn't, and he was amazed. He said, "Well, his heart is good. The heart," he says, you got a good ticker going there. And my husband, let me tell you, my husband is 82 years old. So that was really, and I just wanted to tell that about him, that EMF, I said, "Thank you, Dr. Prasad." That EMF really helped him get there because he wasn't taking any heart medication or anything like that.
wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing with us. To go from 15% to 60%, that's four times.
Yeah,
Four
great.
times better. That is absolutely amazing. So I see that we have Melvin Morris's camera open and his microphone is there. Melvin, what would you like to share with us? And then we'll go to Alfreda. Go ahead, Melvin.
I've told part of this before, but Micro Daily, well, I'm gonna say core four. I told about my hearing and my sight, but it is even helping me with my hair. Actually, it's helping the whole body. I am just happy with the results of Micro Daily.
Well, look at the top of that skull of yours. Look, you got it's growing in.
It's coming in very nice.
Coming in really,
For
really
years,
thick.
the barber just would go over. Now he can cut hair. It's growing in.
Well, that is great. We're looking forward to seeing that just fill right in. That's amazing, Melvin. And it's great to have you. You're always good for coming on here and sharing with us on Sundays the things that are changing for you. Can you tell everybody how long you have been on Dr. Prasad's formulations now, Melvin, sorry.
I got on the products uh, the end of November.
Okay.
And when I first came on and told everybody, I worked on my job for 45 years, and I'm gonna say about 35 years ago, I fell about 35 feet straight down on the cement, and my back bothered me for years. Taking the core four, I'm able to walk around the track. I walk back and forth to the store, and it has really helped me. And I know I've said this before, but I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. Got here June the 20th. So I had to get another doctor. Went to the hearing doctor from that fall on my left side. The doctor said, "You have lost 92% of your hearing." So when I went back, I said, "Doc, I think you're going to be amazed with my hearing." She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "After you do the hearing test, I think you're going to be amazed." When I came out of that room, she said, "Mr. Morris, you're not 100%. She said, "But your hearing is so much better than when you was here before." And then I went to my regular doctor, And when she did the examination, I told her, I said, Doc, if you're going to check anything, do it before we start talking because I'm a hyper person. When she first checked it, heartbeat wasn't what she wanted, wasn't nothing what she wanted. When I went back October the 22nd, the doctor gave me 5 high fives. She said, you are in excellent health. So Dr. Prasad, Core 4, and all of the products, I am grateful for everything.
That's amazing. Thank you, Melvin, for coming on and sharing with us. Wow. Um, the lives are changing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Okay, Alfreda, you're next.
Hey.
I'd love to have an update from you. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I just had another visit with my rheumatologist on Thursday, and I really appreciate him because we are actually I make him go through some the whole gamut of what's going on with me, and we really do have informative conversations. But I thought it was kind of funny this time because I last February, a year ago, I had been diagnosed with lupus, and my number was 386. And I've given my story before, and then in October of 25, just 8 months later, I asked him to run the test again. And initially he said, no, we don't usually do it again because you're going to have it for life. And I said, no, I'm not. And so he did run it again, though. I guess he thought about it. And my number went from 386 down to 59. And so Thursday I had blood tests again, and I noticed that he ran it on his own without me having to ask. And so and I was wanting to know too, because I'm like, I need to keep track of this, So from October till now, I'm like hoping I'm the typical person, you think, okay, you're better, and then you start slipping. You think, oh, I can sneak this in and sneak that in. So I have been doing a little bit of that of stuff I shouldn't be eating. So I wanted to know where I was. So this time my number for that anti-DNA double-stranded was 61. So, but I was still happy because it only went up 2 points. So I'm still, back on track trying to eat more vegetables and things. And so what I'm realizing, I still have, what's happening is one comment he made, he said that I only have lupus in my blood. That's the only place that it shows up, which, um, uh, and so because I was like, okay. And so like the other areas that it can show up is like damaging your heart, your kidneys. The type that I have, I should have rashes, and then alopecia is a symptom or a side effect of having lupus. And so I don't have any of that. My hairdresser yesterday, she said, well, you don't have alopecia. So I was glad to hear that, even though my hair does seem to be getting thinner. But the funny thing was that when he the next day, Friday, he called me back and he was like, how are you doing today? I said, well, I know you're going to tell me how I'm doing. So he said, well, and as far as the lupus, he said, we won't even worry about that. So it's like, and lupus is a very serious illness, but now he's like, oh, don't even worry about that. You're good there, And so he started addressing, now it's my parathyroid, and which they said one doctor said it was normal, and 2 blood tests say it's not. So I think what's happening as I take the products, I'm protected because of all these other things, from all these other things, but I'm still just a little bit out of whack. And so, but it's like uncovering things that I need to get in place. And so I just thought that was kind of interesting. So nothing happens overnight. I've been working with this really active for these changes for about a year, and I've also been diagnosed with osteoporosis, but I can't do it naturally because of the parathyroid, which is throwing things off. It's putting calcium in my blood now. So I'm like, well, you guys got to get that together, because he knows I like to take things natural, to heal me first. But I do understand, that me taking calcium, is not beneficial for me right now because my body's not putting it in my bones; it's putting it in my blood. So the other thing I wanted to say is when you really keep track of what's going on with you, devour your my chart, because that gives you all the information that you need about what's going on with your body. You can double check things. And then I discovered that in PubMed, which is I'll say the Bible for doctors, I was in there the other night on the phone just checking things, and it was interesting to find that they had clinical studies in there with natural products for different ailments. And so I looked up a couple of things, and it just helped me to realize how, even more so, how valuable these products are that we're taking, because it talked about resveratrol, which is in the EMF, and some other things. And so I'm like, keep doing your research, because the more you know, the better and more healthy you're going to become. And then when you go in there to your doctor, you can say, no, I'm not going to do this because it causes that. And what else can you give me? Instead of just, taking 100% what they say all the time as gospel. And then you end up, taking a medication to help stop the problems that the other medication is giving you. So I just thought it was funny that he was like, oh, don't even worry about that lupus. Last year, it was like a serious situation.
That is awesome. Alfreda, can you tell us, there was this Jeanette in the chat says, what products are you taking? Are you doing the core 4 plus some of the boosts? What are you doing?
Everything.
Okay.
Except the men's T boost.
Okay. All right.
And but because I have to watch the calcium, we even had with my doctor, Dave was like, oh, you're getting 250 milligrams, but it's 250 milligrams per 3 capsules. And so when he said, oh, okay, because they was thinking like 250 per capsule, and it's like, no, it's per 3 capsules. So, I'm taking maybe 1.5 doses, of course, Dr. Prasad said it's not enough to worry about. But I'm just doing the regular dose on the EMF. But I'm also doing like, green smoothies with kale and spinach, and trying to eat more vegetables, on that end too. And then I do the collagen. I do the menopause boost. I had to check that to make sure there was no calcium in it, and because it does help with bone health. So that doesn't have any calcium in it. So I'm making sure I do 2 of those a day, but I probably should up it to 4. What do you think?
I think that would certainly be an approach. So
Okay, yeah, because
that's awesome.
I'm definitely trying to work on my bone health naturally. So
yeah, it'll also help with the thyroid with your hormone production. So that'll be
okay.
Yep.
That's what
Okay.
I needed to know today.
There we go. All right. Thanks,
Okay.
Alfreda.
Thanks.
You're awesome. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. All right. So here's somebody that I haven't had a whole lot of experience with. Ronnie. Ronnie Mayer is here with us, and I'd love to have you, Ronnie, share your stories here. So there you go.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Jeff. So I have always tried to be natural with how I took care of myself, and I feel pretty good, for a woman in her 60s, just keep on going. But I wanted to simplify my supplements, and so Micro Daily just hit that spot. Also, all the research behind it. So I started to take it and share it with my family. And wouldn't you know, on my fourth day of taking it, I had some kind of skin tag or whatever, and it fell off, completely gone, nothing behind it, gone. And I had unsuccessfully tried to get rid of that for about 10 months. So that told me that if my body is getting rid of something on the outside, I wonder what it's doing on the inside of my body. So that was really quite encouraging for me. I've been taking it now for probably 7 months or so. And I find in the last month that as you shower, down in the drain, there's no hair in the drain anymore. And a lot of us women, we know that when you're done with the shower, you always got to clean that out because, you're always losing a lot of hair. But I find this last month, I really haven't. So that's just another sign that my body likes what it's doing. It likes the nutrients it's getting and able to keep up with it all.
Well, that is amazing. Well, thank you for coming on and sharing with us. And yes, what you just related to us there, the body letting go of stuff on the surface is also very beneficial. And many people don't know that you can use the Micro Daily on the surface if you have issues. And so let me just I'll pull you off the spotlight here, Ronnie, and just for everybody's benefit, if you were to mix three Micro Daily EMF capsules, and 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, that is the ratio. Depending upon the area that you are covering, that can be amazing. So this lady had a very unsightly, cancerous mole on the side of her face, and she mixed up this little concoction: 3 Micro Daily EMF capsules, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and just set this little jar on the back of her toilet. And every time she'd go to the bathroom throughout the day, she'd just put a little bit on this. And let me just show everyone here. Again, this is a pretty incredible story. This is Shannon. This is her experience. Here is the mole that was on the side of her face, and she absolutely couldn't get rid of it. It's all she did is just mix up the micronutrients and coconut oil, and here is 6 weeks later. I know if you can see there in relationship to where her earlobe is, that is gone. That's completely gone. There's the mole. Everybody can see that right in line there with her earlobe. And here is the very next picture, and you can see pretty amazing. So what Ronnie just shared with us, again, she was just doing it from the inside, and here's Shannon saying, yes, if you've got something on the surface of the skin, if you can feed the body the right micronutrients through the surface of the skin, you'll also have some pretty incredible benefits. And so just get back with the person who invited you on here today and ask a little bit more about that if it's something that you want to do topically. So we've got Bernard and Shelley Dean that is up here next. Thank you for your patience, and I'm going to go ahead and just replace the spotlight. If you want to unmute yourself there, Shelley. Hey, go ahead. You are live.
Hi, Jeff, and hello, everybody. So, yeah, my experience is really about my mother. So recently I went to South Africa, and I just came back on Thursday morning. I was there for 5 weeks. But with regards to my mother, she's battling early stages of dementia. And so I just went out, to help her and so forth. But what has happened is, since we've been using Micro Daily and so forth, I have been, at times when it's possible, supplying the product just to see how it can help her. So this has happened over, I would say, 2 years, as in how I can do it. So when I went over now in January, I took some of the EMF with, just to see how that can help as well, because the whole time I was sending product over was the original as well as the probiotic, and obviously the brain boost and so on. So what I've noticed is, while being there and caring for her, on a personal level, in the morning when she have a breakfast, I would give her the original and probiotic. I would give her. Sometimes I would give it in the evening. Then something interesting happened when I gave her the EMF in the afternoon. I noticed, or let me just say this before I say that. In the morning, she's calm and she eats a breakfast by herself. She drinks tea. South Africans love tea. So she would drink a tea all by herself. And she would just be calm and, really just be very, very calm. So in the afternoon time, she would kind of get a little bit busy, with all sorts of things. But what I've noticed is when I give her the EMF in the afternoon, her speech kind of changed. And I've been kind of looking at her and saying, okay, something is happening here. So this is what happens. She would actually talk full sentences and, she would respond to her name and try to just talk normal. And I thought to myself, well, this is kind of interesting because, when she had the original, she's fine. Obviously, she's calm and so on. But when you give her the EMF in the afternoon, that happens. So I thought at first, okay, it's just maybe like a once-off thing and so forth. No, it wasn't. She would actually say even things like, I'm full. I'm full. She doesn't need any more food. For example, maybe in the afternoon towards the evening, which was really remarkable. I said, wow. I said to my sister, well, while there's still more product left over, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to give her, the original in the morning, and she's getting an EMF. She gets a little bit quieter or calmer, I would say, and so forth. And it's really been amazing to me. It's actually the first time my husband heard about this. I didn't even have time to tell him because I just arrived Thursday, and there were so many experiences with my mother. And I said, wow, this is amazing, that the EMF has that effect on her. Yeah, very, very impressive, I must say.
Wow, that is amazing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so just like was referenced here with Alfreda, she was talking about PubMed and what resveratrol, curcumin, quercetin, green tea. Those are 4 additional ingredients that are included in the EMF beyond the Micro Daily original. So you're getting 4 additional ingredients, and you're also getting the methylated versions of those. So one of those things, it's either the methylated versions or the quercetin, quercetin, green tea, and resveratrol. Those are one of those things are making that difference for your mom. And it's also making the difference for those that are battling any type of EMF radiation. So pretty amazing. So thank you for sharing that with us. We're going to go to Cassandra here in just a moment. There was a thank you for answering each other's questions there in the chat. Veronica asked about gut health. And I was just going to pull this up. Digestive is my favorite. I don't sit down to any type of meal, food, without the benefit of these 7 different digestive enzymes, all targeted to break down the complex carbohydrates, the simple carbohydrates, the chains of protein and also fat. So they're all in there. There's 7 different digestive enzymes that break that all down. So yes, definitely, if you've got gut issues, that would be the way to begin it. And again, we're talking about probiotic. Probiotic is for lower down in the gut, in the intestines, and 80% of our immune system comes from our gut. Those are the microorganisms that are in there. So that's why Dr. Prasad really insists it's not just the Micro Daily EMF. It is also the probiotic. In fact, this is what he really recommends. Those of you that are on here today, you've heard Core 4. Core 4 is exactly what you're seeing there on the screen, the Micro Daily EMF that we just heard a great testimonial about, the probiotic daily, collagen daily, and the omega-3 daily. That's what rounds out our Core 4. So thank you again for the good questions and these incredible stories. So Cassandra, we've got just a few minutes left here. You're up next. Go ahead.
Yes. Hello. Yes, I'm new and I was invited by Val. I just wanted to know if anyone has had any experience with multiple myeloma or any other stomach type of cancers also that this product is helping.
Absolutely. You're definitely going to want to get back with the individual who invited you on here. And we can talk specifically and at length in regards to that, but absolutely some amazing benefits. And there is an approach, and there are videos describing it, and Dr. Prasad, who lectures around the world about this approach, his approach would be amazing. So yes, get back with the individual who invited you on, and Cassandra, will certainly get your questions answered and give you some incredible hope. All right, you are welcome. So now we have Yvette. Yvette's S21 Ultra. So Yvette, you're up. I see your yep. You want me to go ahead? I will hit ask to unmute, Yvette. I see it there. I can ask to unmute again. No. All right. Well, Denise, let's defer to you. So we'll pull you back up here onto the screen. Go ahead, Denise.
Jeff, you recommended that my PC, this is my customer, had a problem with some swelling on her face. And your 3 capsules of the EMF with coconut oil, in less than a week, the swelling is gone. She is elated and how fast that worked. So that's a wonderful recommendation for people having eruptions on their skin or some kind of problem that can be handled topically.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. All right. So we have another, this is exciting. George Allen. George, we've got you here. I'm going to go ahead and pull you up onto the screen, and love to hear from you. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, that young lady that said she wanted to know about multiple myeloma. I'm multiple myeloma in remission for over 5 years now, and this last year has really helped my numbers. My oncologist is really pleased, so we're keeping up on it.
So, and George, tell us what you're doing. The Core 4 or?
Oh, I'm doing the whole shebang.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, got to try something, you know. So.
Right. Well, thank you for coming on and just feeling comfortable enough to come forward and just share directly with you. And that was Cassandra giving you a thumbs up for that. She appreciates it.
It might help her to know I've had a kidney transplant.
Oh, wow.
So.
As well. On top of all of that, kidney transplant, and that kidney transplant's doing very well, along with
very well.
A lot of other
things. 4 years now and no problems. We're going good with that part of it. So, but I also wanted to thank you for that hint on the collagen a couple of weeks ago. I've gone to using the about 6 ounces of warm water and mixing it with some cinnamon. And my diabetic numbers are getting more of a reasonable rate, staying closer. So thanks.
That is fantastic. Yes. So what George was referencing is he's on the, well, as he mentioned everything, but his diabetic numbers are starting to creep up a little bit more. And he says, add that collagen. That collagen, according to Dr. Prasad, is very beneficial in helping us maintain the proper sugar numbers as well. So thank you for referencing that, George. I'm glad that's working out. Cynthia says, does it have to be coconut oil? Coconut oil is just a good carrier oil. We're finding that it's better than, say, olive oil or some of the other oils. So, Micro Daily EMF is what most people are using. You can use it with the original, though. So, thank you. So, Yvette, we have an open microphone. So, go ahead.
Good evening. This is my first meeting with you. And I had a couple of questions in regards to the different micronutrients.
Okay.
I presently am taking the original, okay, 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. I got the EMF for my husband because of the type of job that he has, because he's always on the phone. And I felt it was necessary to get that for him, to help him, because he has a couple of things, but I'm the one with the plethora of things wrong with me. And so my question is, with the methylate hydro micro daily versus the original, I have diabetes, I have osteoarthritis, I have fibromyalgia, and I have to say the list goes on. And what I was trying to determine if I should, what I was told was that the EMF was not good for people that were possibly diabetics because of the fact it may affect the kidneys. How correct is that? And is that something I need to stay away from, because I'm always concerned about my kidney health, being that I'm diabetic?
Very good, very, very good question, Yvette. And I don't know where you got that information or who shared it with you, but it's absolutely false. The Micro Daily EMF is the better choice. It is the original with 4 additional ingredients and the methylated versions of those ingredients, which if your body isn't able to methylate properly, or it is in any type of a low energy situation, and you just listed off a whole list of challenges that your body is up against, which to me is demonstrating that you are somewhat low energy. Yes, the Micro Daily EMF would be a much better choice for you than the original. I can tell that you love your husband because you started him out the right way.
Yes.
But yes, you could greatly benefit from that. In fact, it'd be great to have you get back with the person who invited you on, and we could schedule a call and we could help you dial that into where that list of challenges, those diseases, by taking the right micronutrient approach, they're going to be in your rearview mirror. So
okay. And the other question that I have too is okay, so being that I have diabetes, and as you know, when you get older, it just affects so many different things. So from what I understand about the gut, and taking the probiotics and the prebiotics together, is it better to take it in the evening versus in the morning? Because I'm getting all of these different, statements regarding it, and I just want to make sure that I am getting the correct information about that. And if so, why is that so important to take it in the evening versus in the day?
It's just over the last year or so, we've found that those individuals that can take it right at night and allow those the microorganisms to go in there and start populating when they're not being interrupted by eating and drinking. They're kind of left alone. The prebiotics will start to ferment, and then the probiotics will consume them as their favorite diet. And so lately, we've just found a little better. Let's see, just a little better population growth if it can happen at night when you don't have eating and drinking and movement and all of those things going on. They just kind of left undisturbed, if that makes sense.
Oh, yes, it does. And one more. Okay, so the sister earlier was talking about thyroid. Now, I have hyperthyroidism. In addition to that, I have 2 nodules on each side of my thyroid. What would be the best thing for me to start adding? Because I'm taking everything, but now I'm finding that I'm having to add more for me to help me out with all the different complexities that I have about my health. So with the thyroid, what would be the best? Would the EMF be the best also in regards to that?
Absolutely. But again, this would probably be a really good question to handle offline, because if you're talking about nodules, we want to know whether or not you've had a cancer diagnosis along with those, and then there would be a different approach. It would require 3 times the dose, 3 times a day of the Micro Daily EMF. Which is Dr. Prasad's protocol. So don't want to go over a lot of that here where we're in a live audience in a situation that could get us into a little bit of trouble. But again, love to have that conversation with you offline. And so, yes, get excited. We've got some incredible hope for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds fantastic. Thank you.
My pleasure. And I just feel like right now I need to just pull in this right here at the end. These statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is solely for educational purposes only, includes recent advances in research on micronutrients. And that is significant when you understand that Dr. Prasad is researching and publishing just in the last few months. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. However, Engage's products are formulated. They're formulated by Dr. Prasad to address nutritional deficiencies and supply the body with the required nutrients. It's important to note that nothing here is meant to be a substitute for professional medical treatment or a consultation with your primary healthcare provider. And so, Rose, you are it here today. If you want to go ahead and, if possible, open up your camera and your microphone. Go ahead, Rose. You're up.
Yes, I just have a question.
Yes.
If you have something on your skin that you spoke about before with the three Micro Daily EMF and the coconut oil,
Correct.
how often would
Yes.
you apply that?
Just depends about how large the area, where the area is. If it's a place that you're going to have clothing over the top of it, you want to put some kind of a gauze, a bandage, or something to just keep it from rubbing off. And you want to keep it in place. If you're doing it that way, you want to change out that dressing every morning and every evening. So about 12 hours. So just like when we're taking the micronutrients, we're doing it morning and evening. Do that same thing as it goes through the skin. If it's a place that like with Shannon, where she could just every time she went to the bathroom, she'd just put a little bit more on. She'd just put a little bit more on. So yeah, it's just a matter of after about 12 hours, the body has pulled through the skin what it's able to, and so you want to kind of give it another update of that mixture.
So this would be like on the back of a hand? Does that
Yeah,
make
if it's on the
any
back, and it doesn't matter if you can keep it in place on the back of a hand, just put it on regularly. But at night, kind of cover it. And yeah, that it can do more than just skin irritations. It can also help with individuals that have had inflammation in their knees and in their joints. It's amazing what the body can do to just pull those micronutrients right into the affected area. So,
yeah, because I know somebody that's had I think it's squamous cell carcinoma removed from the back of their hand.
okay. Yeah, this would be very, very beneficial. In fact, we've had some amazing experiences with people that have had diagnoses along those lines, and this could be very beneficial. So we are out of time. So Rose, thank you. Appreciate the questions. So, all right, everybody. My goodness, did our
Good night, everybody.